Holy cow, what are you doing here?
Heard you had my dad's car.
Chip Foose just walked in here. Christy?
How are you?
I'm Christy.
So I look up, and there's a living legend. I mean, Chip Foose, his dad, Sam Foose. I mean, these guys were car customizers forever. So to have him walking in my office is pretty damn cool.
How are you?
Holy cow! So you really just jumped a plane and came down?
Yeah, is it here?
Yeah, it's
I
right
haven't
here.
seen this car since 1975.
Did you bring some money?
Maybe.
As far as I'm concerned, the reason I'm sitting here talking to you is because a long time ago on Overhauling, Chip gave me an air and a shot. We were on the show a few times, and he's the reason I'm here. And it turns out that Chip found out I have his dad's car. I guess everybody just lost track of it. Well, I found it in Florida, and I bought it.
Oh, wow.
So your dad built this when?
1975, he finished it.
And it's 72 Pantera, right?
Yes. Oh, that is so cool. That's still the original tires that were on it.
Really?
Richard said that he had bought this car and heard that my father had built it. I told him yes, exactly the way he finished it. I told him if he's gonna sell it, I wanna own it. I'm here today so we can make this happen. Diacosa is what the name was.
Uh-huh.
The original owner, he was Greek, and Diacosa in Greek is 200. That's why it says Diacosa 200. My father built the Diacosa in 1975.
Look at that, dude.
My father's my hero. I want to own anything that my father did.
Check it out, dude.
And my goal is to buy this car from Richard. I want to actually clean it up and give it back to my dad, because I'll get it back from him one day. I'm Chip Foose, Foose Design here in Huntington Beach. This is my shop. Well, I went down to Gas Monkey Garage and I took a look at my dad's Pantera that he had customized and let Richard know that I really wanted it. 1975, he finished it. He wasn't sure whether he wanted to maybe trade me something or get some cash for the car, so he's bringing the car here to Southern California. Hopefully today, that Pantera will be mine. Today will be the first time my father's seen the car since it left his shop.
I don't think they saw us pull it off the trailer. This should knock his socks off.
They're here.
Where in the hell did you find this?
Well, sir, I found it down in Florida. How you been? Long time no see.
Really? When I walked out and first time I'd seen the car in 40 years, could not believe how good it looked. Either I did a hell of a good job on it, the guy took really good care of it.
You know, you think about everything else on the road, you come be passing by in this, and they,
It's
oh
a
my
rocket
God.
ship then.
Yeah.
You know, I think the thing really went over everybody's head. They didn't understand the concept, you know? So how's it run?
It's here. Y'all find out.
I think my dad is in shock that the car is in such great shape, and can't wait to drive it with him.
Chip threw the old man in there and went for a joyride.
Burns rubber.
Yep.
Oh, that test drive was absolutely awesome. God damn. Whoops, excuse me.
We're going to look at some cars that Chip would possibly trade for the Diacosa. And right inside the door is one he made from scratch, the Hemisphere.
This was the prototype. There's 4 other ones.
Wow, that's too cool.
The frame and every piece of suspension, everything was designed just for this car.
So you don't wreck these.
No.
And right next to it is a customized Ford GT. Is this your GT?
That's mine. I cut the frame extensions and got rid of the bumper in the rear, and then I made the wheels to be reminiscent of the original GT40 race wheels.
All right, let's go look at some hot rods. What do you got?
And then Chip took us into the shop to show off a one-of-a-kind build that started off life as a 32 Ford.
This is a fun car.
The P-32 is a personal project of Chip's that pays homage to the World War II fighter, the P-51 Mustang.
It sounds like an airplane.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
And when that Lincoln Flathead V12 fires up, it's easy to imagine it flying.
Yeah, there you go. Really, really cool build all the way around, but definitely not in the trading dollar range of what we're talking about here. So far, all these cars are way more valuable than the Diacosa, but Chip promised to show me some cars that I could trade for. and he didn't hold back. Oh, yeah? What year's that, 42?
42, which is the rarest year.
Finally, Chip showed me something that was well within my trading range, and it's a pretty cool car, too. How many of these do they make?
Only a handful.
It's a 1942 Buick Super 8 convertible. I don't want Chip to know it, but I really gotta have this car. I know we're doing a friendly trade deal on his dad's Diacosa, but I'm gonna have to put on a negotiating hat and play it cool. But he's also got a whole lot of other cars that might be a better deal for me.
2015 Mustang?
And we can trade for this?
Yeah.
No kidding. And it comes with a guy that washes it.
Yeah.
Freaking rad. Now, what makes this Mustang pretty badass is most of the components on there are one-off Chip Foose built.
The hood scoop, the front lower chin, the side scoops. I also changed the grille.
Cool car. All the adaptation that Chip did to it is really, really badass. And on top of that, it's green and black, my two favorite colors. You tore this car all the way down and color changed it.
Yeah.
Golly.
And resurfaced the whole body.
But Chip still got one more car to show us.
I got a Zephyr in here for you.
A Zephyr? I like Zephyrs.
It's all modern Lincoln LS. Motor, transmission, and all the suspension. And it's airbag.
I like air sacs. I really dig Zephyrs, and this 41 is in great shape. New driveline, new paint, airbags, you name it. The wheels don't really suit it, but man, this is gonna be a hard choice. Can we take it for a ride?
Yeah.
I'm digging this so far. What do you
We'll
think?
open the door.
I think it's an interesting car.
Can we put the top down?
Probably. I've never put it down.
If you've never put it down, then I don't want to mess with it. Right on. It's freaking cool. So I checked out the Zephyr, and it's cool. I like that style of car, but it also is kind of dorky. It just needs to, you know, it needs actually a little bit of this guy on it for about a week, and it'd be a pretty rad car. Heck yeah. Let's drop it like it's hot.
It's not exactly my style. I'm not a big fan of that era Zephyr, like the early ones. But it does look like a car that has a lot of potential. It just has a little bit of ugly that needs to get knocked off of it. My bid's on the red one.
Oh, the Buick?
That's right.
So there's the Buick, the Mustang, and the Zephyr. I want them all. It's not every day, though, you can get a car from Chip Foose, so I'm trying to weigh out my options there. You know?
He really likes the Mustang, and he likes the 41 Zephyr. Which one he's gonna take? I don't know yet. You know this is a 4-cylinder, right?
It is?
Four-cylinder with a hairdryer.
I think you just made up my mind. I'm going with that.
All right.
Let's do that. Cool, we got a deal. I think it was a really good trade. I think it was fair on both sides to make that trade and make it happen. Super cool. And it's a beautiful sunny day, as it always is in California, so I say we go hit the beach and get a fish taco and maybe a cold beer.
Man, let's get out. I need a Modelo. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Whoa, is that an old Torino station wagon? I must be in the right place. So today I'm back in the beautiful country outside of Memphis, Tennessee to check out an interesting idea for our next big build. Hey, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Paul, how you doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to meet you.
Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Nice to meet you.
So, you know what I came to see? Where are you hiding it?
In the barn.
You see, Aaron and I have been throwing some pretty complicated stuff at the monkeys for the past couple of builds. Now, the results are awesome, but the long hours almost killed them. And nobody likes a dead monkey. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to throw something fun and maybe a little unexpected at the guys, you know, give them a little mental break?
You're
This
gonna
is
love this
different.
thing then.
This is different for sure.
Then I got wind that these nice folks were looking to unload this.
It was built 25 years ago in Arkansas. 67 Camaro, 4-wheel drive.
That's as crazy it was in the pictures. That is so cool. That's right. He's got a 67 Camaro 4x4. Now, I know they didn't make those, so don't freak out. It's a 1980s K5 Blazer chassis that's had a 67 Camaro crammed on it about 25 or 30 years ago. Now, is it normal for somebody to put a Camaro body, especially a 67 Camaro body, on top of a K5 Blazer? In some parts of the world, yes, it's highly normal. America's car freaks have been letting their imaginations run wild pretty much since the beginning. If they could dream it, they'd build it. So no surprise when four-wheel drive technology became available, hot rodders took their creativity to new heights and created a kind of southern mash you can't drink.
It was a 327 car. They just put a big block 454 in it,
So they just set it up there.
set it up there.
It is funny.
Yep.
They even put in a pop-top sunroof. So I'm checking out the car. I'm looking at how it was constructed. So they just set the body right on there. No big deal. Very cool. From what I understand, typically melding muscle car and 4x4, it's usually pretty much a hack job. So how'd you get it?
Guy told me about the car. Wasn't far in Arkansas. I figured, hey, cool old car.
Why not? You're just looking to flip it, right?
Yeah.
So it runs,
It
drives?
does run. It does run and drive. You want to take a spin?
Why not? It is funny.
Oh, it is. There you
So I was looking for something a little bit off the beaten path. This is definitely it. And it goes off the beaten path. Where can I go? Anywhere?
Anywhere. Yeah.
It's got some clanking noise. It's a little rough, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. Where's the wet stuff?
Yeah. Might be muddy, real muddy right there.
Woo! Uh-oh, we're blowing smoke.
That might be all she wrote.
Woo!
Might be a transmission hose or something.
Yeah, or something.
Richard ran it a little hard out there. I think a transmission line blew or something, but
He had fun.
he had fun, and it's repairable.
What a trip, dude.
Ooh, yeah. That's fun.
Well, it's all right. It could use a little help.
Yep.
So how much is this $5,000 Camaro?
More than 5,000. 12,000.
I mean, it's cool and all, but it's not very sellable. He says he wants 12 grand for it. Is it worth that? To tell you the truth, I don't know. To figure out a good price point on a car, there needs to be a lot of them on the market. But a 67 4x4 Camaro, those are rarer than hen's teeth. I don't know, maybe 7,500?
Couldn't do that.
Jeez. Come on, man. The only reason I even want this car is so the monkeys can have a little bit of fun with this whole, well, I don't know, backwoods ingenuity. But I still want to sell it eventually, and I'd like to make some money on it. It's gonna need tires. It's gonna need a lot of stuff.
How about 10?
Oh, man. I mean, I just want it because it's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to be nice, but I'm not sure how much nice should cost. Price of fun, man.
Yep, yep.
So here's the deal. Is it the best 4x4 out there? No. Is it the coolest Camaro out there? No. Is it the best mix of those two I've seen in a long time? Most definitely. I'm gonna do it. 10 grand, I'll take it.
10 grand it is. 10 grand.
Cool, man.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, you know, cash talks.
I think that's all I brought. There you go. Settled at 10 grand. I don't think that's a bad deal. I think it'll be pretty fun to have around the shop. Let's go do some paperwork. Get me a title and get me back to Dallas. You know, when I was a kid, I used to dream about crazy cool cars like this. So I can't wait to get it into the garage and let the fun begin. I gotta say, so far this being nice experiment, it's not too bad.
Oh my God. Wow. What is that? I'm out of words. What the hell?
Woo! Ta-da!
Oh boy. You've
Get
done it
some
this
of that.
time.
It actually came from Tennessee.
Take it back. Yeah, please.
What are you talking about? 67 Camaro on a 4x4 K5 chassis?
Somebody went to a Mad Max movie and they went car shopping.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Woo! These are not the happy faces I was anticipating. Seriously, though, how come you guys can't get into this?
Well, it's different. Yeah, it's different, you know. That's accurate. Yeah, it is that. We love a good joke.
Well, now we're gonna build it, so that's the joke.
Oh, no.
And you're gonna have a good time doing it. Can't we just jazz it up a little bit and make it something fun?
A Camaro on a
Yeah.
Blazer chassis.
67 Camaro.
Come on. It would look right at home in Coy's yard.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Y'all check it out. It's got a 454. It did run until I broke it.
Is there moonshine in the trunk, too?
What do I think about the Camaro? If it was this big and I could play with it in the sandbox, it'd be great.
It actually would be cool then.
Hey, you. Man, something must have died in there.
Hey, turn the steering wheel on. That looks funny. That looks like that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Everything from here down is wrong.
I'm not sure that everything from there up is right either.
Seriously, you rode in this thing, Richard? You're a braver man than me.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope you're not in it too deep.
10,000 bucks.
Well, that's not too bad.
I could get
Yeah, the
65,
body's-
7,500 for the
Honestly,
body.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
body.
But that's not the point. I'm just saying, why can't we just have some fun, build a little bit more modern version of this, clean it up, beef up the suspension, clean the interior, throw a roof rack on it, and somebody will have to have it for 20 grand.
Well, your first $30 going to mullet wigs for all of us to wear while we're working on it.
Absolutely.
I think that's enough. I got news for these guys. I wanted them to have fun with this build, and they're gonna have fun with this build, whether they like it or not. All right, well, here's the deal. This is what I want you guys to do next. I don't want to spend more than 10 grand on it because it's only gonna bring 20 to 30. I'm done with my part. See y'all later. Oh, and you better do a good job because I'm taking you all out off-road when it's done, and you're going whether you want to or not because that's a nice thing to do, you fuckers.
It's disappointing.
Very.
So I'm saying, in some part of the world, this is a thing.
Yeah, apparently ours.
Well, yeehaw. I guess let's get it on. So it appears Richard has tapped into a hitherto unknown vein of generosity and gifted my crew with a build design to give them a nice change of pace.
What a piece of shit.
Woo. Yeah. Yes. Since we can't give it back, there's no direction to go but forward. So how do you knock the crazy off a 67 Camaro body grafted onto a K5 Blazer frame? Well, first well, hell, I don't even know. I mean, we definitely got to do something about those squatty, ugly, dry-rotted tires.
What's going on, sir?
Hey, Richard. How are you?
Hey, good to see you
again. My name's Mike Amader, and I'm from Monterey, California.
So you decided to sell it. You're moving to Reno?
Yeah.
From this beautiful place?
Well, yeah.
So tell me the story again, because I was trying to remember when I was telling Aaron what was going on. This belonged to, like, your friend's mom or grandma or something?
My friend's grandmother owned it. I'm the second owner, and I bought it in, like, 1981. It's a 1955 Chevrolet 210 two-door hardtop.
This was a 283 car with a 4-speed to begin with, or 283 automatic?
It was a 265 with an automatic. So now it's a 327 with a 4-speed. Transmission came out of a 67 Corvette that I wrecked.
Well, you got to use the parts for something. What color was it originally?
It was a light brown. I got a picture of it. You want to see it?
Heck yeah.
This is what it looked like in 1881.
When you bought it?
Yeah.
Really? That's a cool color combination there. It's kind of a taupe with white.
No kidding. So of Tri-5s, 55, 56, and 57 Chevrolets, I love 55s.
Let me put it to you this way. Trying to get away from their old man image, Chevy took a completely crazy risk and redesigned their full-size car line with the 1955 model year and up, including the mid-range 210. And it paid off. They were a huge hit with the public, and that same year, GM ended up being the first company in the world to earn over $1 billion in profit.
Yeah, what a pretty car. It's already a great car if we can just get the attitude fixed. You know, the paint's kind of weird, the front seat's definitely weird, and obviously the wheels and altitude are not our style. So if we can fix those things, we might end up with a really great car for a really low, level of investment once we get back to the shop. So this is a great buy, I think.
Take it for a spin?
Yeah.
Cool. Go. I'll drive. You get in the back. So how many miles do you think you put on the car since 81 when you had it?
Oh, not a lot because it's parked most of the time.
Drives good, feels good. I'm 99% sure that this is the car for us, as long as it doesn't fall apart on the way back to Mike's house. And I'm ready to get a deal done, get it back to Dallas, get the guys hammering away on it, and take it to Barrett and make a tidy profit. Well, I dig it. So, you were telling me on the phone you wanted like 27, 28 grand for it. Where do we really sit?
Well, as close to that as possible.
Jeez. So I'm looking at the car, and I know what the car's probably worth retail, but obviously we've got to get a little back of that. And then Aaron and I had to come all the way out here to Monterey, and then I've got to get the car all the way back, not to mention mine and Aaron's flights back. So I've got some expense just in coming out here to make a decision. You add that in and where I've got to be, I mean, even before I walked up the driveway, I knew I had to be south at 25,000 bucks. I'm not at 27 grand. I was thinking more, probably 18.
Ooh, no, that's way too low. I got 20,000 just in parts alone in that car.
27 just put me too high. How about 20?
Can you go a little higher?
I feel like I'm bidding against myself. You hadn't come down yet. Golly. 22 and a half. It's a good car.
God, you're killing me.
I know, but I'm trying to get a good deal. You're moving, man. You're out of here. You don't need to take this thing with you.
All right.
Killer deal. Right on.
Good, man.
Appreciate it.
We settled on 22,500. I'm happy with it. Richard's happy, so we made a deal.
Let's get you paid and do some paperwork, and then I'll just have it shipped, obviously. I'm not going to drive it back. Settle at 22.5. That's perfect. I can get it back to Dallas, get me and Aaron back to Dallas, and get the guys rolling on Gas Monkey's first 55 Chevrolet.
You know, the thing is, like, I think it's such a sweet, such a nice little car. It just needs love.
You know, some cars we get in here need to be gutted, but some cars, like this one, just need an aggressive image update. So to accomplish that, the first thing we're going to do is change the color of this Chevy. I'm not a fan of this color yellow, but there's a lot of it, so we're gonna keep that. But we're going to make it a little meaner by repainting the white to black. It needs new wheels and tires, bigger brakes, new suspension, and a more modern interior. The engine runs fine, but it's really looking worn out, so we're gonna pull it, paint it, and make it match our car's new appearance. This is going to save us both time and money, which is a great thing because the deadline for Barrett-Jackson is only 2 weeks away. And any time that we can save on the big stuff is more time that we can devote to the small things. And Richard's only given us a budget of 15 grand to get it all done.
I do think it's a cool car. I think it's a great car, and I can't wait to see it on the ground.
Well, y'all get it in and get started. I've done my part. I bought it.
Tell you want to drive it in for us?
Yeah, good thing about keeping the yellow paint.
I didn't ask you if I tell us some more stuff. I said you want to drive it for us?
I'm glad you came to help me.
I know, I haven't seen you forever. You've been over here all by yourself.
I know.
It's kind of quiet and nice over here. It's
I was
nice
gonna
and
say
cool.
it's lonely on the top, but.
So today we're getting started on this 55 Chevy that Richard wants for Barrett-Jackson. And this build's going a little different than all the other ones started out at.
Where are we putting all this crap? We need a box or something, because I'll lose it.
Usually, we tear the cars apart over in the garage.
But since there's no real metal work or anything to be done, Aaron went ahead and said, why don't I take it first and get my part knocked out?
So the first step is to carefully remove the trim. I mean, it is 60 years old, and it's hard to find.
Just yank it. I would, but you wedged it in my hand on this side. Or you can just do that.
And then start prepping this thing for paint. Sure, they tell me just spray the white parts black. They make it sound so easy.
Watch the beard.
But really, black is the hardest color to paint. It shows every little imperfection. Now, if Richard was a normal paint customer, I'd quote him 2 weeks for a black paint job like this, but we only have 2 weeks for the entire build. So I'm gonna have to bust my for the next couple days. If I pull off this miracle, it should be a pretty sweet ride.
Black and jello?
It is black and jello. All right, what sports teams have these colors? Let's just get it out of the way now.
I don't know the name.
The Steelers?
So I got the black paint sprayed and wet sanded on the 55 we're building, but I'm still not done with the car. Richard didn't want me to touch the yellow, but that paint is kind of tired. It's, got scratches from people washing it, drying it, getting driven, stuff like that. Yellow cab. Thing is, he's not here right now. So I'm gonna take the day and give it a good buff and shine.
All right.
Well, if you get it done, you need today to buff it. By tomorrow, we'll have the parts we need for the suspension, so I'll kick it to Jeremy just as soon as you're done. Get it out of your way.
I may need today and tomorrow to buff it, but
Okay.
I'll
Well,
try
do
to
what you
get it
gotta
done
do,
today.
because obviously we want this thing to look tip-top for Barrett-Jackson. But be careful, we do not have time to repaint it.
Okay. Well, yeah, let me get it done, and I'll get it over to you guys.
Okay, just holler. We'll come
All right.
get it. Thanks, Mike.
Cool. Thank y'all for pushing.
Hey, guys.
Is that Aaron?
Yeah. He wants to tell us about how hot dogs are made again.
No.
What? You didn't believe me the first time?
That was an hour-long conversation about how hot dogs were made.
Still made the same way.
Yes.
So I'm out here in Justin, Texas, which actually isn't too far from the shop. It's about maybe 25, 30 miles. You better watch it, dude. This is my scene. I saw a guy had an ad for a 69 Riviera, and it looked like a pretty honest car. Black, red interior, bucket seats. It's pretty cool all the way around. So he said he had some other cars in the back and figured I'd just come out and take a look and see what he had. I mean, what the heck? Maybe I can find a couple more cars to bring to Barrett-Jackson. Oh, hey, sir. That looks like a vicious miniature horse. Can I come back?
Sure.
Richard Rawlings, I talked to you on the phone?
Yeah, Glenn Stevens.
Glenn?
Donna Stevens.
Donna Stevens. Glenn and Donna.
I'm Glenn Stevens. This is my wife, Donna, and we live here in Justin, Texas.
I kind of glanced at the review that we talked about, but you said you had a bunch more cars. I guess this is it?
Yeah. Over the years, one car and truck after another came into the backyard, and I do want my backyard back.
Well, we got a little El Camino, huh? It's got just a small block Chevy, or?
Yeah, it's 305.
So they were in the backyard, so I went on back there first, and it turns out he's got a 64 El Camino. Is that a three-legged dog? That's a three-legged dog with a black eye. He's got a 53 Buick. Have you had this one running and driving ever? Or just
No, it doesn't have an engine.
All right. Got 52-ish Chevrolet with a big motor in it. Oh, somebody hot rodded it. It's got some rust problems. What do you got over there, a Nova? Well, what about this little truck? This is a little short bed, huh?
Yeah, it's an SS, a 90 model.
Is this a real SS?
Yeah.
But he's also got a real 454 SS Chevy truck from like the 1990. And those are not only pretty cool, but they're pretty rare these days. 454 SS truck, pretty rad, cool. And that's a good little truck to have. And then he's got a short bed Ford that I liked. What year's this?
61.
Got a good looking patina to it. Got a long bed Ford that I don't like because of long beds. I saw, is there an ambulance over here?
Yeah.
And then he had an ambulance, which was pretty cool. What are you doing with an ambulance?
Oh, I used it for a work truck.
Work truck?
Yeah.
An ambulance? Were you an ambulance dude or what?
No, I'm a train rescue man. I service and repair overhead cranes, do different types of technology changes, doing, and just plain repairs.
So this is pretty cool. You know, what a lot of people don't know about me is I was a police officer and a firefighter and a paramedic before I was old enough to drink. So the ambulance was pretty cool because it's actually the make and model that I first drove when I was a lot younger and I was working for the fire department. So being in the back of that was kind of surreal. This is pretty much exactly what I remember. Hit the buttons on, stab him in the arm, give him some oxygen, good to go. I don't really need it, though. I have absolutely no use for it. Zero. I mean, what am I gonna turn it into, a party wagon? Looks like it might be big enough to carry my beer around, though. Well, I came here to look at the Riviera, so I might as well go out there and take a look at that, huh?
Yeah.
What's the scoop on this car, sir?
I bought it. It's been sitting for 15 years.
Gotcha.
It was brown. Everything was brown. Everything was falling apart inside.
Does this one run?
Needs a starter.
I love that shifter. That's rad.
Yeah, that arc.
So we go back out front, and I check out the Rivy. It doesn't run. He says it needs a starter. I mean, I don't think it's a good fit for Barrett Jackson, but it is a pretty straight, honest car. So if I can make a good deal on that, great. So what are you thinking you want for this one? This is what I came to see.
I'll take 6,000 for it.
I wanted it for around 2 or 3 grand, and that wasn't gonna work. So, you know, the other stuff that caught my eye was the 454 pickup and the El Camino and the other short bed pickup. So if I can get a good enough deal for all 9 cars and maybe get him throwing that horse, it'll work. We got 9 cars back there, right?
Yeah.
How about like 13.5 for all of them? You don't have to get them running, driving, nothing. I'll just yank them out and figure it out when I get them back to the shop.
I'll tell you what, if you want to take all of them, I'll take that 17.5.
If I come up to 14?
I don't know. What do you think about it?
I think 15.
15? She said 15.
15 grand. All right. Can you throw in the horse?
No.
Man, Aaron
Horse
would
don't
love
go.
that thing. Horse don't go, huh? We'll go with 15 grand. I'll take it. That's a deal.
All right.
All right, guys. So that's like 9 cars for 15 grand. I mean, if you're good at math like I am, that's probably $1,500 a car, roughly. I mean, I think that works. Maybe it's a little less than that. Maybe I'm not as good as math as I thought. Why don't I do this? I'll have Chris, my tow guy. He'll come out here and he'll just start yanking them out. I don't want you to have to do any work or anything. Just-
That'd be great.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming out. I got my car sold.
And I got my yard back.
So it's
It's
a
a
great
great
day.
Hey, if that horse kicks you again and you want to get rid of him, you tell me. I'll take him home
right.
to Aaron.
We can't get rid of Sheila.
What's up, Mater? Another Riviera. What year is this one?
I don't know. I'm not sure what year it is.
God dang.
It's not the same as our other one. 455. That's about twice as ugly.
Oh, yeah. Riviera time. What's up?
I think Stevie Wonder wired this car.
Oh, I thought he went to the Charles School of Wiring.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just kidding, man.
All right.
All right, well, you hadn't heard the best part of the story. This guy calls me up and he's got this Rivian he wants to sell, and he says he's got a bunch of other stuff laying around. So I went ahead and cruised out there real fast because we built the Rivian a while back, and I was like, we know what that brought.
And 27,000 at once, and we're gonna go twice. 27, sold them out there. 27,000.
Congrats, man. So I get there, this thing's in the front, and it's what he said ran and drove a few years ago.
At one point, I'm sure it did.
Then in the backyard, he's got a 3-legged dog with a black eye and a miniature horse, which I begged the guy to sell to me so I could give it to Aaron. He looked like you, dude, because he was all woolly and crazy looking. So then he had an El Camino, a 53 Buick, a Nova, a big long bed truck, a short bed truck, an SS 454 truck that's actually in pretty decent shape except for the flaking of the paint that they all did,
bad clear.
and an ambulance. So I ended up making a deal for everything he had. So I bought 9 cars for 15 grand, which is what, like 1,200 a piece or something like that? So what I need you all to do is to get them all ready as soon as they come in, so I can quick get them up for sale, because Aaron's leaving for Pikes Peak soon.
All 9 of them?
Yeah. So, there you go.
Jeez. That's good. Man. This thing weighs a freaking ton, man. I really wish Richard would start buying cars that run.
Especially when they're this big.
You know, I really appreciate Aaron making me daddy in the shop while he's gone, but you know, I have kids of my own, and seeing what all we got to get done this week, I think we might have been better off hiring a juggler. That is a lot of good old American steel right there. You know, you think as a mechanic, a lot of this job is, you know, building stuff. Man, the plug looks brand new. But really, it's about time management.
Check it out.
Man, that's one of my favorite trucks.
When I found this 1949 Chevrolet pickup, me and Aaron ran down to an old farm and scooped it up and brought it back to the shop.
Oh, damn.
The problem was, the Lone Star Throwdown's going down in Houston in 6 weeks, and I'm like, you can't build this truck that fast. And he goes, well, yeah, we can. We just need the money.
You know, obviously we didn't have a lot of time, but we knew what we were capable of, and we wanted to push that a little bit. And so we set our sights high, and we got to work. Are you okay?
Our first step shaved weeks off of our build.
What?
Chassis work's done.
TCI has just released their brand new bumper-to-bumper chassis on air. We think we may even have the first one.
Rock and roll. It showed up complete and ready to be built.
Only had to make a few minor modifications and tweaks to make it all work. Motivating our 49 Chevy was easy.
We used a Chevrolet Performance ZZ5 from Scoggin Dickey, backed up with an overdrive 700 R4 from Monster Transmission.
This is the street rod package, and the reason it's that package is because it works that well. The original bed frame was too far gone to salvage, so we went with a replacement kit from LMC Truck, who proved to be an indispensable and quick source for many of the reproduction parts we needed. Because the truck was going to be so low, we had to lift the bed floor. It took a little extra time to actually make the factory braces that support the bed floor, actually integrate them as the risers so they bolt on as one unit.
On top of that, we had to make a new bed floor and stain the natural wood dark enough to match the truck, but still maintain the grain.
I think it was time well spent 100%.
When it came to the color, Corey had to do a show quality paint job in a very short amount of time, and he pulled it off big time. I mean, black shows every imperfection there is, but you're not gonna find any on this truck. We were putting a lot of money into making this a custom show quality truck.
So when it came to the interior of the truck, we needed something clean, simple, and executed well. We turned to Sculpt in South Texas. This is what they're known for. We came up with what we think is a great program incorporating both leather and vintage materials on the door panels as well as the seat. This is simply one of the best interiors that we've put in, albeit very small.
For rolling stock, I didn't want to go big this time.
It's been a while since I'd used a wheel and tire package that was small and had white walls and caps on, and I thought, what better project than this one right here? But it does come with one drawback. How do we shut down, you know, a little pickup truck with a hot motor without having the big wheel support the big brakes? Well, it was easy. Willwood made a really nice four-wheel disc brake setup. It's absolutely incredible how fast this little truck shuts down. Definitely no lack of braking power here.
On top of all of that,
everything's hardlined, everything's hidden, the motor is painted, everything is detailed and done. This was one heck of a build that I absolutely enjoyed and definitely tested how much finish work we could put into one vehicle in such a small time frame.
The end result, simple perfection, show quality truck. I can't be more proud of the guys and what they turned out. So I'm excited to get this truck down to the Lone Star Throwdown in Houston and show it off. So I'm out of here. You driving?
Yeah.
They got cold beer down there?
They definitely got cold beer.
Woo!
Anyway, it's been a long week. It's definitely been a long night. About to be a long drive.
Oh, did you? Oh, what a gentleman.
Every time. The guys, a lot of hard work. Definitely a lot of late nights. Yeah, absolutely killed it. One hell of a job, guys. Thank you, sir. I'm glad everybody made it down. I had a good time riding down, too. So we just barely finished our 1949 Chevy 3100 last night, somewhere around midnight, 1. The pressure was definitely on the last 2 weeks of this build, and everybody absolutely pulled their weight and then some. But we're here. It's time to relax, check out some of the cars, maybe have some beers and a turkey leg. All right, let's go.
Look at that truck. Okay, we're trying.
This truck looks pretty good.
Hey, yeah, that's a good one. Who built this?
Man, it's huge. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. It's crazy. Yeah.
I know one thing, we didn't bring wheels big enough.
No, we didn't.
So we're truck guys.
We are truck guys. Look at that truck.
I like this color.
Oh, wow. On race lines?
I need to get me one of these real bad.
Yeah, you do.
Like real bad.
I know I've got 2 or 3 or maybe more trucks at home. How many you got now?
I got 2. One runs, though.
What's going on, man? How are you doing, man? Good, man. Good. This is kind of a big family reunion. It's about hanging out with guys that think the same way that you do, that live their life the same way. Hey, this looks like a good place to take a nap, dude.
Remember that?
That looks familiar.
Yeah, I've seen one like this. Different color.
Looks like someone else has been cooking up a nice little 49 Chevy.
Yeah, there's all laid out too. It was good.
Oh, man, this makes me tired looking at it. Brings back memories.
So here we go. This is what I was talking to you on the phone.
Man, whew. That black is nice.
This thing is stellar. Wow. And I mean, when I say stellar, we started with kind of an average farm truck find and toured all the way down. Wow, yeah. Just got the debut award down at the Throwdown. So thanks to Aaron and all the guys, the truck really stood tall down at Lone Star Throwdown. Now it's time to cash in on all that positive energy. I mean, took a lot of money to get this truck to look like it does now, and it's time to pay the piper, and that's me. This one is 100% every nut and bolt brand new.
Frame off?
No, new frame. Took it all the way down to the bare metal. I mean, it's straight. I know I've got one thing going for me right off the bat, and that is his client is shopping for a certain color, and we delivered that in spades.
Wow, the black just shine. It's unbelievable. The paint is phenomenal.
Mike Coy did a phenomenal job on it. Let's take it for a ride. You know, I got a 100% sales rate right now when I bring the kids along in the car.
Man, it sounds good. The suspension is unbelievable. It rides great at 2 inches off the ground. It also rides great at 7 inches off the ground. Oh, nice.
Looks like I'm gonna get some of Daddy's money. What do you think about that, little Chris?
I love it.
It's rad. I only dished out $2,000 to buy the original truck, but we sank another 65 grand into it along the way. It's in a whole different league now. My guy stepped it up for this one. I think it speaks to what we can do here at Gas Monkey for sure. I'd like to make about double what we put into it. So if he's willing to get to my number, I'll sell it. You gotta give me the first offer. I'm not gonna try to cut my own throat.
I could offer you $110,000.
That's not even
just
close.
Just as easy as the last one.
Not even close. You're gonna have to step way up. I mean, I'm thinking this truck's worth around 175 grand.
It's not that cool of a truck.
Who asked you anyways?
That's my negotiator there.
So the kid's talking to a little lip, and I'm like, you don't even have a driver's license, dude. Get out of here.
Let's do $135,000.
That's
no close to where you're at.
I'm not even moved off 175 yet. I mean, this is probably the #1 best, most perfect 1949 Chevrolet truck in the world. I don't need to dump this truck off, and I don't need to pass it off for cheap.
All right, 145.
No.
Come on.
I'll go 150, and that's it.
That's a lot of money, but this truck is perfect. It's exactly what we need. All right, 150.
Deal.
Thank you,
What do you think about that, dude?
I think it's a good deal.
All right, works for me. Let's go do some paperwork.